Just 60 seconds of this brutal morning habit activates a dormant biological machine that burns more visceral fat than a 45-minute jog. You are probably waking up right now, pouring a cup of coffee, and feeling exhausted before the day even begins. You have been told that to lose weight and gain energy, you need expensive supplements or grueling hours at the gym. But the terrifying truth is, the billion-dollar fitness industry refuses to tell you about a free biological miracle waiting inside your own body. They want you blindly consuming their products, completely unaware of the ultimate cleanup engine you were born with. Today, I am going to reveal the brutal truth about cold plunging and how it resurrects your body at the cellular level. This is not some trendy internet challenge. This is a profound biochemical reaction that can reverse aging and heal you from the root. Imagine stepping into a tub of ice water. Your brain screams in panic. You want to jump out immediately. I know that feeling of sheer terror. But right at that moment of intense suffering, you are crossing a critical physiological barrier. When water that is 50 degrees Fahrenheit or colder hits your skin, your thermal receptors send a massive emergency signal to your brain. Your blood vessels rapidly constrict. Your body pulls warm blood away from your extremities and pushes it directly into your core to protect your vital organs. This is survival mode. But what happens next is the true magic of molecular biology. You see, we have been conditioned to believe that all body fat is evil and must be destroyed. That is a lie that silently destroys your metabolic health. You actually have two main types of fat: white fat, which stores excess calories and makes you gain weight, and brown fat. Brown adipose tissue is not a storage unit. It is a biological furnace. It is packed with mitochondria, the powerhouses of your cells. Because of our modern lives with constant heating and cozy blankets, your brown fat has gone dormant. You have literally turned off your own fat-burning engine. But the moment you plunge into that freezing water and start to shiver, you awaken that dormant beast. To keep you from freezing to death, your brain commands your brown fat to start burning glucose and lipids directly from your bloodstream to generate heat. This process is called non-shivering thermogenesis. In other words, you are forcing your body to literally burn its own stubborn visceral fat just to keep you warm. And it does this at a rate that traditional cardio cannot match. It doesn't stop there. As you sit in that ice, fighting the urge to escape, you are doing more than just burning calories. You are actively resetting your entire system. The pain you feel in those first 30 seconds is just your nervous system overreacting to the sudden loss of comfort. By forcing yourself to stay in the water and take slow, deep breaths, you are taking manual control over your autonomic nervous system. You are telling your brain that you are safe, even in the middle of extreme physical stress. This is the gold standard of mental resilience. Clinical research shows that this specific type of acute stress actually trains your body to handle real-world anxiety much better. Every time you conquer the ice, you are literally changing the wiring of your brain. You are breaking the trap of modern comfort that has made us weak, sick, and tired. Let us dive deeper into the molecular biology of this process. When your core temperature drops, your body triggers a cascade of survival mechanisms that have been hardwired into our DNA for millions of years. This is not a placebo effect. It is a measurable physiological response. Your body releases cold shock proteins. These are tiny biological mechanics that travel through your bloodstream, repairing damaged DNA and protecting your cells from oxidative stress. It is a root healing process that happens automatically, simply because you chose to endure 60 seconds of the cold. You are literally forcing your body to adapt, to become stronger, and to build an invisible shield against the chronic diseases of aging. So many people are blindly following diet trends that damage their metabolism while ignoring this primal trigger. The ice does not care about your excuses. It only responds to your courage. And the moment you step out of that water, the real transformation begins. The blood that was pushed to your core suddenly rushes back to your skin and extremities, bringing a massive wave of oxygen and nutrients to every single tissue. Yet the fat burning is just a side effect. Here is the craziest part that the multi-billion-dollar energy drink and pharmaceutical industries refuse to tell you. When you willingly submerge yourself in freezing water, your brain releases a massive tsunami of neurotransmitters. We are talking about a scientifically proven 250% increase in dopamine and a 530% spike in norepinephrine. This is not the cheap, fleeting dopamine hit you get from scrolling on your phone, eating highly processed sugar, or relying on heavily caffeinated beverages. Those artificial spikes always lead to a devastating chemical crash, leaving you more exhausted and dependent than before. The dopamine released from a cold plunge is completely different. It is a slow, steady, and sustained release that lasts for hours upon hours. It gives you laser-sharp focus, a profoundly elevated mood, and an unshakable primal drive to conquer your day. You are literally biohacking your own neurochemistry, creating a natural high that pharmaceutical companies could only dream of bottling up and selling to you. But the biological miracles do not end in your brain. Let us look at your lymphatic system. As your blood vessels constrict violently in the ice water, they create a powerful mechanical pumping effect throughout your entire body. This aggressive constriction forces fluid through your lymphatic network. Think of your lymphatic system as a cellular garbage disposal network. But unlike your circulatory system, it does not have a central pump like the heart to move the fluid around. It relies entirely on your muscle movement, and this exact vascular constriction. Because most people sit comfortably at desks all day in temperature-controlled rooms, their biological trash is just stagnating. This stagnant waste causes silent, chronic inflammation, joint pain, and severe brain fog. The cold plunge acts as a massive full-body flush. It aggressively forces the metabolic waste, environmental toxins, and dead cells out of your deep tissues, pushing them toward your liver and kidneys to be filtered and eliminated. You are activating a flawless cleanup engine at the microscopic level. Furthermore, the extreme cold forces the stimulation of your vagus nerve. This is the main highway of your parasympathetic nervous system, the network responsible for resting, digesting, and deep cellular repair. When you step into the cold, your initial reaction is pure panic. That is your sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response taking over. But as you force yourself to stay in the water, as you intentionally slow down your breathing and take long, deep exhales, you are performing a manual override on your own brain. You are sending a powerful signal down the vagus nerve that says, "I am in control, I am safe." By mastering this response in the freezing water, you are training your nervous system to handle the emotional and psychological stress of daily life with total calmness. You transition from panic to peace. You become completely untouchable. There is another hidden truth that the medical establishment often overlooks when discussing metabolic health. We are currently facing an epidemic of insulin resistance, driven by diets high in refined carbohydrates and constant snacking. But exposing your body to extreme cold actually significantly improves your insulin sensitivity. When your brown adipose tissue activates to generate heat, it acts like a sponge, rapidly pulling excess glucose out of your bloodstream. It does this independent of insulin. This means that regular cold exposure can help stabilize your blood sugar levels, reduce the dangerous spikes that lead to arterial damage, and lower your overall risk of metabolic syndrome. It is a profound, natural intervention that targets the root cause of systemic dysfunction, rather than just masking the symptoms with lifelong medication. You are literally turning your body into a highly efficient glucose-burning machine. This is the raw, undeniable power of hormesis, the scientific concept that a small, controlled amount of acute stress makes the organism exponentially stronger. By introducing this brief, brutal dose of physical discomfort, you force your body to build a stronger physiological barrier against disease, aging, and mental decline. You are forcing the expression of longevity genes and cold shock proteins that actively repair the structural integrity of your neurons. This is a true biological reset. So I leave you with this final thought. Are you willing to sacrifice just 60 seconds of your comfortable, temperature-controlled life to resurrect your body at the cellular level? You have the ultimate power to break free from the trap of modern convenience, to stop relying on external fixes, and to activate the dormant biological machine that has been sleeping inside you since birth. The ice is waiting. If you found this truth valuable, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video with someone who needs to wake up their internal system.